If anything, we'll just give time for brothers and sisters to get in.
Kind of one kind, sir.
All right. Yeah. Y'all come on in, y'all. Just give it a little time for brothers and sisters to get in. Then we'll go ahead and start the class. All right. One second. Shalom. Y'all come on in. Tuesday night Brotherhood class. I'm Preaching Officer Thawad Shah, but Isupk started 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Jenny Yohana. And we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible. And the truth is that the Bible is not a religious book, but it is more of a history book. And it's the history of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know why? Because you are the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord chose you to rule this planet Earth, to be above everybody, and to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what this whole Bible is about. From Genesis to Revelation is only about the children of Israel and the history of the children of Israel, right? And those people are today is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And today we're gonna teach on brotherhood is the topic for the class. Every Tuesday night is brotherhood. I got Trooper Canuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Mighty Soldier gonna hold it down. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through a few scriptures. In regards to brotherhood, the topic today is gonna be the Lord is a man of war. All right? The Lord is a man of war. When you think of the Most High, when you think of God, and if you think of Jesus Christ, those men were men of war. Right? The way that they're being portrayed today in these religion institutions in the Christian church, they make it seem as a man of God is a passive man, or a man of God is a sissy and soft and effeminate. You know what I'm saying? When the spirit of the Most High is the spirit of a warrior. You know what I'm saying? That is the spirit of the Most High. And those that claim to have the spirit of God will understand that they have to be strong in serving the Most High. That you have to be a warrior and serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure that you have to be masculine in serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna prove that according to the Bible, right? I'm gonna start out with Exodus 15:3, and I'm gonna get you a scripture showing you the spirit of God, right?
Kind of one kind, sir.
Got it for me, boy.
Kind of one kind, sir.
All right, you can go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is
The
a
what?
man of war.
The what?
The Lord is a man of war.
Right. The Lord is a man of war. That is the spirit of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Lord that is talking about the God of this Bible. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about the Most High, he has never changed. From what we're reading about right here in Exodus, continue throughout the New Testament, the Most High always been the same. You know what I'm saying? He has never changed. Yes, the Lord is loving. Yes, the Lord is merciful. He can show compassion. You know what I'm saying? And he does have love for his people, but he's also a man of war. You know what I'm saying? He also kills and gives life. He also gives evil, and he also gives peace. You know what I'm saying? He also gives destruction, and he also gives prosperity. You know what I'm saying? This is what the Most High has the power to do, and he has no opposition against him. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, when he goes to war, he goes to war with those that disobey him. There is nobody that's fighting against the Most High, and the Most High is in heaven sitting back like, man, how I'm going to stop this person? How I'm going to stop this angel? Or how I'm going to stop this spirit? You know what I'm saying? Everything works in the Most High favor. You know what I'm saying? And as a man in the war, he used all the things that he created for warfare as weapons of warfare. You know what I'm saying? Including you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? These brothers out here that's running around in these streets, shooting each other in these gangs, fighting each other, those are our warriors, man. If those brothers was taught properly and how to channel their anger and channel their aggression, you know what I'm saying, they can make moves in this nation. That spirit is not something that should be used for the our oppressors' entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That spirit should not be used in the sports arena, in the football field, in the basketball courts. You know what I'm saying? The spirit that we have naturally by the way the Most High created us is for us to be aggressive, man. You know what I'm saying? A man is supposed to be masculine. And that's how the Most High created a man to be. A woman is supposed to be effeminate. You know what I'm saying? That's how feminine. You know, that's how the Most High created a woman to be. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not telling man to throw away his masculinity and be soft in serving him. That's not what the Lord is looking for. He's looking for men that understand in serving him, you have to be a warrior. Because that's what the Most High is. He is a warrior, right? Read that one more time for me, warrior.
Con, sir. Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh is his name.
Yahweh is his name. That's his name right there. The brother said it in the Hebrew, right? When you ever see Lord, capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D, that's the Most High name written out in the Bible, but it's translated in the English as Lord. You know what I'm saying? And his name is Yahweh. And Yahweh is a man of war, meaning the spirit that the Most High has, his vibe, his attributes, his personality is of a man of war. It's a warrior spirit. You know what I'm saying? And he puts that spirit on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to stand up for this nation, to protect this nation, to deal with each other in brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying that with anger you have to be senseless. You can still have aggression and still be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Aggression is very well needed amongst men. You know what I'm saying? Because it breeds heroism, right? It promotes you to be a hero. You know how that I know that to be true? Let's examine what happened a couple years back with that white boy that ran into that church. What's that white boy name?
The devil, sir. Salakia. I forgot his name though, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Right. That white boy named man, I forgot his name as well. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? He went up inside that church. It was somewhere in the Carolinas. You know what I'm saying? And he's in that church. Dylan Roof, the water, Isupk. Appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? The brother name is Dylan Roof. I mean, Salak, not the brother. The devil's name is Dylan Roof, right? And he went inside a all-black church in the Carolinas. You know what I'm saying? And he went in there, and the pastor, the church ministers, the ushers, everybody in that church did not second guess this oppressor that walked in the church building, right? He walked in there, you know what I'm saying, thinking it's all good, it's all inclusive, you know, and they carried on with their service. Meanwhile, this oppressor, Dylan Roof, had an ulterior motive. You know what I'm saying? He had something that was going on in the back of his mind that he planned to do inside of this church. And while they was praying and preaching and getting the Holy Ghost, talking about they got the Spirit of God, but not the spirit of a warrior, you know what I'm saying? This oppressor pulled out a whole full-out gun in the church and killed 9 people, right? And when they explained the story, he didn't just kill them all at once. Like in between shooting everybody in the church, he had to load up his weapon, right? Meaning it took time for him to unload the weapon, take out the clip, pull out another clip, put the clip in the gun, recock it, and then shoot again. You know what I'm saying? And in between that time frame, while that devil was doing that, no pastor or usher or minister in that church felt the need or had enough aggression to stop this devil, to run up on him and rush him and knock him down, do something to stop him from killing everybody in that church. You know what they decided to do? If you're familiar with the story, you know what they decided to do, Trooper Canuck?
So like what they did, so did they hide and stuff?
Even worse. Even worse.
Oh, okay. Salaki, so you got to bring it out for me. I don't know.
Man,
Well,
they started praying for this devil in between rounds.
oh,
In
good
between
night.
rounds, they in there begging and pleading for their life and praying for him that he can stop killing everybody in that church. Instead of utilizing what the Lord gave him, that aggression, you know what I'm saying, that masculinity, that testosterone that the Lord gave men to conquer and to destroy and to control, they became passive and following Christianity and decided not to save their brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? They lost their chance of being a hero in their own congregation. You know why?
Salaki, sir.
Because they got rid of their aggression serving Christianity. Go ahead, True.
No, I was just gonna say when the pastor seen that devil walk in, all he seen was dollar signs. He thought he was about to get him some more offering and come. He didn't see the danger lurking. Like he didn't see ain't nothing jump in his head and say, okay,
Mm.
I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Because if the pastor would have went over there and talked to him, he would have noticed something that was off with this cat. But
Right.
no, you know they only thinking about themselves in their pocket,
Come.
and he didn't catch that. So like,
Yeah. Nah, you're exactly right, man. You know what I'm saying? They was not on point, and they caused 9 children of Israel lives to be lost that day. You know what I'm saying? That was precious blood that was spilled. Yeah, they was in there idol worshiping and all that. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't have enough love, enough aggression, enough spirit of the Most High enough to protect their brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? And like Trooper Canuck said, man, they seen that oppressor. You know what they seen? They seen that dollar sign. You know what I'm saying? You know who they learned that from? That we got to come together and let's work together, shop with each other. You know what I'm saying? Only worrying about yourself, only worrying about your pockets. Who we learned that from?
who that? Michael.
Oh, man, get a brother ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Michael,
Michael,
wake up, Orgy Mike.
right. Michael Orgy King. You know what I'm saying? The FBI files came out. This man was having orgies day and night, full of white women in his hotel. You know what I'm saying? That's what Michael.
So
Go ahead, Soldier.
no, I just been say Salakia, sir. I seen a quick post on that on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
like it was a quick little ad, and they was talking about that. Now I know like Commander Junior Hunter Ben said that like a while ago they did a show on that. But
Mm-hmm.
just now, probably like 2 days ago, one of those ads popped up and they was talking about him and the same thing that the UPK brung got months ago.
Right. Brothers, listen, Commander Jenny Hanna was bringing this out since the get-go. You know what I'm saying? And black people was trying to kill him while he was bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? We were so frustrated and angry of what Commander Jenny Hanna was trying to say when really that was true love. You know what I'm saying? That was really showing you, you know what I'm saying? Right, the truth of serving the Most High. What spirit we should be in and serving the Most High. You know You know what I'm saying? Because Martin Luther King told us that, listen, we should not try to fight. You know what I'm saying? We should not want our own. Let's just join them. And if they oppose it and if they got a problem with it, just let them beat us. Just let them sick dogs on us, open the fire hose and, spray us down with water. Let them beat us with baton and never fight back. And he claims to be a man of God. And he claims that he learned this from Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? When that is far from the truth. Christ was not a non-violent brother, man. You know what I'm saying? He was not a passive brother. He had the spirit of the Most High. He said it himself. He came to do the will of his Father, right? So he had the spirit of the Most High. And if he had the spirit of the Most High, what spirit was Christ in?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
He was in a warrior spirit.
Damn right, man. And let's grab some scriptures proving the spirit of Christ. Let's get what I want to start with first. Let me get Luke 19 and 21. Got that for me, Soda? Right, you go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 21. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man.
That are what?
An austere man.
Right. So just to give you a quick backdrop, Christ is giving this parable and explaining himself and how he want the kingdom of heaven to be set up and what he want his disciples to do until he returns. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of this parable, one of the disciples was not doing what the king commanded them to do. You know what I'm saying? And this is his response to the king for not following or obeying his orders. You know what I'm saying? And his response is, I fear thee, right? Speaking in this parable, he's speaking about Christ, saying that he's afraid of him. And the reason why he's afraid of him is because he's an austere man. Are you able to get to a dictionary?
The only Salakia, sir. The
Mm-hmm.
only one I got is on my phone, but I got my Bible dictionary right here, and this is in the Bible dictionary.
Okay, yeah, see if you can find it in there, Baba Kashab, the word austere. Or if anybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying, if you want to type it up, if I got the definition as well. The word austere, right? This is very important what we're bringing it out. You know what I'm saying? You cannot tell me that there's not no agenda in destroying the masculinity of Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian men. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing it happen in full force today, where they're pushing and promoting us to be effeminate, us to be sensitive, for us to be soft. You know what I'm saying? And that is not needed amongst our nation. We are in the midst of war. We are in war. We've been in war since we came here in the slave ships, man. You know what I'm saying? And like Christ, our King, said, in order to spoil a strong man goods, you have to first bind up the strong man. You know what I'm saying? And not only physically bind them up, but spiritually. And they spiritually binding us up with this homosexuality. They're spiritually binding us up by being effeminate. They spiritually binding us up by being a choir boy and being soft. You know what I'm saying? This is what they're doing and taking our warriors out of our communities from not being able to protect us in the time of warfare that we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? You got that for me, soldier?
Sir, it's not in the
It's not in there?
compact Bible dictionary.
All right, so I'm going to give you a brief definition of it. You know what I'm saying? The word austere means somebody that is strict and disciplined in manner. You know what I'm saying? That was the spirit of our King Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? He is a austere man, meaning he was about no games, man. He was not trying to hold hands with the Romans and kumbaya and love everybody. That's not what Christ was about, man. You know what I'm saying? So where do Martin Luther King get this from? Where does he get this non-violence from? Let's get some more about Christ. Let's drop that real quick. Let me get John 2 and 15. let's see the spirit of Christ, right?
Kind of one concert.
Got
That's
that?
one of my favorite ones right here too, sir.
Most High Christ. Go ahead and get that, soda.
The book of John, chapter 2, verse 15.
Is it 2 and 15? Oh, yeah, Con. All right. Go ahead.
And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple.
Start me at verse 13, Baba Kashah.
Kind of one concert.
All right.
The book of John, chapter 2, verse 13. And the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Yahushua went up to Jerusalem.
So it's Passover time, right? According to the scriptures, it's the law that it's a holy convocation. So everybody comes together during Passover, and this particular place they met was in Jerusalem, our capital. You know why? Because Christ kept it all. He did not celebrate Christmas. He didn't celebrate Easter. He didn't celebrate no holidays, but the high holy days of the Most High that is commanded for us to follow. Right? Read on.
Verse 14. And found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves and the changers of money sitting.
Right. So he walks inside the temple for Passover, and when he walks in, he see people selling sheep, doves, you know what I'm saying? People exchanging money, all of that stuff. What does that sound like? What's the spirit of what they doing inside of that temple?
Salaki, sir, that sounds like Christianity to me, because
Man.
they have it all at church on Sunday. They have cake, they have barbecue.
Damn
You know
right.
what I'm saying? They have all of that stuff going on Sunday.
They all got all type of expense funds that they need met. You know what I'm saying? Quotas that need met. They don't never teach the value of brotherhood, the value of keeping these commandments. The only thing that they focus on in that church is money. Their own gain, their own selfishness, man. That's why it's no different from the time of Christ. When he went in there in the temple, he found the people only worrying about money, selling their sheep, exchanging money, selling this, selling that, trying to get a gain instead of doing what the Most High tell them to do. Right? Read on.
Verse 15. And when he had made a scourge of small ropes or small cords, Salaki,
Right. So
he drove them.
let me just pause. Let's pause right there real quick, right? Like, what is he doing with these cords?
Salaki, sir, he's intertwining them. He's making something that he's finna, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if you ever seen that movie, it's almost like a short whip, almost
Right.
like he's making it to like a whip.
Right. It's a weapon. It can be used as a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Meaning it can bring harm to somebody. You're exactly right. You know what I'm saying? He's making a small whip. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there in the temple and see them cats just selling stuff, oxen and sheep and exchanging money. Nobody's worrying about making sure we keep the commandments and doing what's right and serving the Most High. So you can imagine how Yahushua is dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? It's eating him up just to sit there. You know what I'm saying? He boiling in his anger, watching what's going on, and cats ain't doing nothing in serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's the king that we serve. That's an austere man. You know what I'm saying? He was never about being non-violent, right? Let's get some more. What do he do with the 3 chords?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, Soda.
I was about to. You wanted me to keep reading, sir?
No, if you got a point to bring out, go ahead and bring it out.
No, I was gonna say, sir, Salakia. I think it's in the book of Luke where he said he whipped them. I know it's one of them. It's in one of these where he said he whipped them. Like, you know what I'm saying? John don't bring it out, but Salakia, sir.
Yeah, if you can find that, I know you on your phone right now, or if anybody in the chat can find the part where it says that he whipped them. You know what I'm saying? Started whipping him out there, and he flipped the table and all that. You know what I'm saying? If anybody can post that in the chat as well, you know what I'm saying? This is just one account of our king. You know what I'm saying? There's many accounts of our king and his stance in serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ was a warrior for the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? He was not a passive sissy like your preacher is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's destroying our men. They're not giving them the truth of the Bible. They're not teaching them how to be brotherly. You know what I'm saying? They're teaching them how to be soft. Right? And whenever they get in a conflict, they overreact to it. You know what I'm saying? They act emotional because nobody taught them how to channel that anger, how to use that anger for something good, or how to use it in the benefit of your nation or the protection of your nation. You know what I'm saying? But yet you go in that church and you praise and dance, and they tell you to, be soft and talk sweet, brother, and wear your suits and be a good black man, a token black man. You know what I'm saying? That everybody loves and all the oppressor will love you and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they don't teach them how to utilize their anger and their strength and maintain their masculinity. You know what I'm saying? And maintain their integrity, you know what I'm saying? And their aggression in protecting their nation. You know what I'm saying? The cats that don't even go inside that Christian church. Their mama was probably in there. You know what I'm saying? Their grandmama was in there. They walk around with that Jesus piece around their neck. Christianity is everywhere, man. It's flowing through the air. Even a cat that don't go inside a Christian church, guess what? The spirit that's in him is a spirit of a Christian. Because he will not shoot down no oppressor. Not that I'm advocating for it. You know what I'm saying? But our oppressor's been killing us for 400 years. And I don't see no gangbanger, no drug dealer out there that's doing anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you only have aggression for your brothers and sisters. You only have aggression for another black man that look like you. You know what I'm saying? You've been taught that, and you learned that from the Christian church, man. They taught you how to hate your own. They taught you how to be emotional. You know what I'm saying? How to react like a woman. Instead of teaching you how to be disciplined and how to be a brother to defend this nation, right?
So lucky, sir.
Go ahead, soldier.
I found the one in Matthew, but it does not say where he whipped them. It says where he overturned the tables and drove them out.
Okay, all right. That's suffice enough. Let's finish this one in John, and then we'll grab the Matthew one.
So
All
lucky.
right. Nah, it's the water word. Appreciate that. Grab the scripture.
No sweat. Con, sir. John chapter 2, verse 15. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple,
Mm-hmm.
and the sheep, and the ox,
Man, anybody
and
got
poured.
it. You know what I'm saying? He was in there like anybody can get it. He got those cords that he made into a whip or like a switch, like the brother Isupk said. You know what I'm saying? And drove them cats out. That was in there only for gain. That was in there only trying to make $1. And the way he drove them out was not, please get out, guys. Please stop doing this. Can we stop this and serve the Most High? We shall. Oh, he didn't do that. He was not singing and praising and dancing. He took that cord and beat them out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? He got them out of there, man. Now, where do Martin Luther King get this nonviolence from? When this sounds pretty radical to me, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Where do Martin Luther King get that nonviolence from? Because he for sure taking it from the Bible. Help me out,
Like
Kana. Go ahead.
he had to get it from learning from his oppressor, because of course they don't want a people that's stronger than them to rebel against them. That's that slave. That's that house Negro mentality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
So
definitely. You're right. Nah, you're exactly right. You know what I'm saying? That slave house Negro mentality where you have to obey master and never do nothing that makes him angry. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, be as passive as you can be. You know what I'm saying? But Martin Luther King studied from a particular person right? That happened during a little, couple years before his time. He studied from a person, you know what I'm saying, that he gained an understanding of being nonviolent. It is passed down generationally from slavery, you know what I'm saying? But at the time of Martin Luther King, he studied from a particular person that taught him how to be nonviolent. Well, let me see what Hapak said. So like I said, he got it from Gandhi. Yeah, he's exactly right. Who hated niggas. Gandhi definitely hated niggas. They got a statue where Gandhi mentioned that on the statue. He got video recordings where he's saying he hate niggas. You know what I'm saying? He got that from Gandhi. That's exactly right, man. He's Indian. You know what I'm saying? Because when the British was colonizing India, instead of Gandhi standing up for his people in India, he was trying to be nonviolent. His protest in protesting the British was him starving himself, not eating, fasting, and not attacking the British. You know what I'm saying? And Martin Luther King did not study the Bible. He did not study Jesus Christ. He did not study the Most High, none of that. You know what I'm saying? He was not a man of God. You know what I'm saying? But he was a man that sat down and studied Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? And followed his ways and took on his spirit and fed that to our people. You know what I'm saying? He didn't feed us Jesus Christ. He fed you Gandhi. He taught you how to be like Gandhi and be nonviolent and let the white man beat you down the street until you cry and go to home. You know what I'm saying? That's not what Christ called men of his nation to do. That's not what he called us to do. He called us to be austere. He called us to be warriors and protectors of our nation. You know what I'm saying? And we can't be protecting our nation if we're running around trying to join our oppressor and killing each other, man. It's okay that you have aggression. It's okay that you love your cousin that got shot down. It's understandable, man. You know what I'm saying? But you need to understand discipline and how to properly use that anger in the right way, in the righteous way, in the Lord's defense. You know what I'm saying? Because we need as much soldiers that we can get. Every brother that gets shot down in these streets is something precious, man, unto the Most High. That is royal blood being spilled out in these streets, man. And instead of them maintaining that masculinity and using it to progress the nation, they throw it away. They throw it away and become like Lil Nas X. They throw it away.
Yeah,
right. They, you know what I'm saying? They throw it away and they become as soft and effeminate as can be. Or they don't know how to discipline themselves or really handle their anger and they shoot their brothers down in the street. Either way, it's counterproductive in building this nation. It's counterproductive in being brotherly and sisterly in our nation, man. You know what I'm saying? This brotherhood is what's going to save us. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot be a coward in expressing brotherhood. It's going to take some courage to express brotherhood to another black man or a black woman, to a Hispanic man and to a Hispanic woman, or a Native Indian man or a Native Indian woman. It takes strong courage and masculinity to be brotherly, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's controlled by their sexual deviancy only cares about themselves, only cares about their pleasure and getting an orgasm that day and fulfilling all their lusts so they can go to sleep happy, only thinking about themselves. You know what I'm saying? But somebody that is strong with their integrity is not worrying about what they can stick their rod in, but also worrying about protecting their brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody that will help build up this nation. And being strong in your integrity and your masculinity that the Lord gave us, right? You got the other one you wanted to pull? Trooper Kanal?
Con, sir. I got both of them, the one in Matthew and the one in Mark.
All right, let's grab both of them. What you want to start with? Let's start with Matthew.
Con. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 21, starting at verse 12.
All right. Go ahead.
Con, sir. Book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 12. And Yahushua went up into the temple of the Most High, of the power, and cast out all them that sold and brought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers and the seats of them that sold doves.
Right, man. He was in there flipping those tables, man. Yeah, I wish I was in there, you know what I'm saying? About to cause a riot in there, man. That is the spirit of a man that serves the Most High. It is a spirit of a warrior. You know what I'm saying? And anger without discipline just makes you hard-headed. Every warrior needs discipline. A warrior needs to know when to strike and when not to strike. You know what I'm saying? That's what warfare is about. Warfare is not always just about brute force. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, if somebody can just go out and just use their brute force and use it or rely on the weaponry, you know what I'm saying? Then anybody can win a war. You know what I'm saying? But it takes strategy. It takes discipline. It takes winning to know to strike and when not to strike. You know what I'm saying? And Christ, a man that served the Most High, he had discipline. He was a strict and an austere man. You know what I'm saying? And he was not non-violent. He defended the faith of the Most High. He stood for it even until his death. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to go to blows with those that oppose the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That is the king that we serve. Right? Let's continue on, Warrior.
Come on, one come, sir. Shalak.
Now, what's for it?
You want me to go to the one in Mark, sir, or because it says the same thing in Matthew? Mark does.
Yeah, let's get the one in Mark. Does the one in Mark say that the anger of the Lord was fueling in him, something like that, paraphrasing?
Sir.
Or it might have been in John. We didn't finish all the way in John. But no, so let's get Mark. Let's get the
Come on,
Mark.
one come, sir.
All right.
The book of Mark, chapter 11, verse 15. And they came to Jerusalem, and Yahushua went into the temple and began to cast out them that sold and brought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers and the seats of them that sold doves, and would not suffer that any man should carry any vessels through the temple.
Right. This is Christ, man. This is the Jesus Christ of this Bible, not the Jesus Christ of the Christian church. Oh, no. That Jesus Christ loves everybody, wants to sing all day. You know what I'm saying? First of all, they made him out to be some white boy in the Christian church. When according to the Bible, Christ was a black man from the tribe of Judah, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was oppressed with his people. And no matter what was going on, he stood up for his nation. He stood up for his people. He was not just out there senselessly whipping people left to right everywhere he went. The same way we do right now in our neighborhoods, man. He uses aggression in defense of the Most High and in the defense of his nation, man. And guess what? As a black man, your aggression, your nation depends on it. It's needed in order for us to defend ourselves in this war that we in. And the enemy is not a black man that looks just like you. You know what I'm saying? The enemy is not a Hispanic man. The enemy is not a Native Indian man. The enemy is the oppressor that has been beating you for 400 years. Now, this is how it's done. It's not done by you picking up a gun and shooting down every oppressor. That's what's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? That happened back, with Black Panther and them. They thought they could get all the guns that would some way liberate black people. Not too long ago, they had a protest where in Dallas, I think about like 5 years ago, when Botham Jean got shot. Had a protest right there in Dallas. Some black man took up an AR-15 and shot 5 police officers. I don't know. You remember that, Chupa Canut?
Come on, one come, sir. I do remember that.
Right. And that was 5 years ago. And look at us today. we're still being oppressed. We're still being shot down in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We're still being murdered. Because that's not what's going to liberate us as a nation. Instead of him picking out that gun in his own selfishness, what he needed was discipline. How to use that aggression to feed black people. Because you're going to need aggression to get your way around this earth. You're going to need it to feed your people. You're going to need it to house your people, to clothe your people, and serving the Most High and standing for this truth. You know what I'm saying? That's how it gets done. If you're passive all day and waiting for things to happen on its own and being a wishful thinker, nothing will ever get done in our community. Nothing will ever get done. Well, guess what? Christ was about action, man. You know what I'm saying? And black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, if you want to understand the spirit of Christ, you have to get out of that Christian church. Get out of that Muslim mosque, because guess what? They breed sissies too, man. All them imams be molesting little boys in the Muslim mosque. Am I lying? You can look up testimonies of today. The victims trying to cry out for help from being molested in there. They got tapes of Arabs out in Iraq sleeping with young boys and young girls, man. And once we follow their religion, we put on their spirit. When we follow the white man's religion, we put on his spirit. The white man is a homosexual by nature. He's bred it up to be soft. Go ahead, soldier. Let me
I was just.
I'm gonna just
no, go ahead.
Point real quick, but real quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? The white man, he is a sissy by nature. Well, guess what? You have a God, and the spirit of your God is a man of war. And when you follow the Most High and put on that spirit and really follow Jesus Christ, who the world calls Jesus Christ, which is known as Yahushua, guess what? You put on that spirit of a warrior as well. The nigga God is only for niggas, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. And your spirit belongs to him. That's how you become a certified nigga. You know what I'm saying? Through and through. What is it? An Israelite indeed with no God. You know what I'm saying? What Christ seen for them. You know what I'm saying? You won't be a nigga through and through, man. And that's how you get your spirit, man. It's serving the Most High. My fault, Trooper. Now you go ahead.
Oh no, sir. Salaki, sir. No, I was just going to say, like, what you're breaking out is real heavy because America has the same spirit of Rome. It has the same spirit because the Rome, they was with that pedophilia and homosexuality and all that other stuff the same way America is today.
Right.
So
damn right, man. Damn right. They was heavy into pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? Those Romans. You know what I'm saying? They was in sleeping with little boys. They used to think it was a badge of honor to have a little boy as your lover, man. And guess what? The same oppressor that was back then is the same oppressor of today. He's no different, man. Why you think you got cats like D. Wade's son at 12 years old acting like a woman, man? Who taught him to behave like that as a child? He's a little boy. What does he know about being a woman? What does he know about being his sexual organs and what to do with his rod and what this goes with that and all of that? He's 12 years old, man. At 12 years old, you gotta be worried about video games, football, basketball, and tennis shoes, and things that kids worry about.
Right.
But he gotta worry about his sexuality. He gotta worry about sexual preference. That's too much of a burden for a child to understand, man. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They're pushing that on him because they're trying to effeminize our men. They're trying to make our men more effeminate, so that way it is easy for us to be destroyed. Because guess what? Let somebody break into the house, of D Wade's crib, and D Wade is not there. Well, even if D Wade is there, because that nigga is soft too. You know what I'm saying?
So like it, sir, you going there? That nigga gonna windmill you to death. You know how they do the windmill like back in the day. That nigga gonna windmill you to death, man.
God, he gonna be there swinging like a sissy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't got enough strength. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got enough masculinity to defend that household, man. You know what I'm saying? Every nation needs soldiers. And serving the Most High, you become a soldier. There's nothing
Damn right.
soft about serving the Most High.
Damn
All
right,
the
sir.
greatest, damn right, Most High in Christ. You know, get the Lord a hand, man. Because all the greatest men that served the Most High, all of them was killers. Each and every one. All the great men that you read about, from David, what's that cat with the 7 locks? Ah, man, what's his name?
Samson, sir. Salaki.
Samson. You know what I'm saying? David, Solomon. All these cats knew the importance of defending the nation. You had any more? Who else?
I'm finna say Joshua.
Joshua. There
Uh,
you go. Can't forget about
uh,
Moses too.
Moses. Yeah, Moses.
Yeah.
Even Salaki. Even Abraham.
Even damn right. That boy went to war and met Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying?
God.
God, and that was a man of God, man. All these men that we name are men of God. They served the Most High to the T, right? They said about David that he was a man after the Lord's own heart. You know what I'm saying? The Most High called Abraham his friend. You know what I'm saying? Because these men was not soft and being passive and serving the Most High. The Most High told Job, "Gird thyself like a man, for I require thee an answer." I'm paraphrasing.
Kind out of one kind.
Right. You know
Salaki, sir. Salaki, sir. Like that. What you just said is so heavy, Salaki, sir. I didn't mean to cut you off,
that
but
was
like
that was like
the Lord was not playing with Job. It's like, nigga, you gonna answer these questions, nigga. Gird
right.
up that loins, nigga. Salaki.
Nah, damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? While he was sitting and loathing in his self-pity, you know what I'm saying? The Lord told him to be a man, man. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? He requires that from every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's what brotherhood is about, man. You cannot be soft and being brotherly, man. Because nothing will be important to you if you don't have some type of aggression towards it, man. Or some type of, what they call go-getter towards wanting it. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you have to want. And guess what? Christ wanted his nation to be better no matter what it took. Meaning, even if it took flipping over tables and whipping cats out of the temple, guess what? Christ was about that, building up his nation. Right? And guess what? We're also taught discipline here too, right? Doesn't mean we have to go inside a Christian church and start flipping the pulpit and to flip the keyboard, even though brothers be wanting to do that so bad. You know what I'm saying? But we got to understand that we sin against the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord gave us a chance. So what? And us giving us a chance, we have to teach brothers and sisters how to serve the Most High again. Fish brothers and sisters in serving the Most High. But there will be a time when fishing is not what the Lord called his prophets to do. There will be a time where he will order his prophets to fish no more, to be a fisherman no more, but rather to go out there and hunt, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the spirit of the Most High and serving him is making sure that you maintain your strength and your integrity and your masculinity in serving him, right? Let's drop that. That was it on
Kind out of one kind, sir.
all right, let's get Luke 22 and 36.
Kind out of one kind, sir.
Go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 22, verse 36.
Mm-hmm.
Then said he unto them, but now he that hath a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip.
Mm-hmm. So what is that talking about? I want to break that down.
Salaki, sir, is that talking about like a wallet? Is he talking about something like a wallet or like a money bag that you would have?
Right, kind of money bag. You know what I'm saying? That would be a better term for it, right? It was something where they held their funds in. You know what I'm saying? It was not no, what you see today, what them cats is doing today. You know what I'm saying? It was something that was used just to hold your money in place, right? And he's saying, use your money, you know what I'm saying? And use what you have in there, the script and everything that you have in holding your money, your wallet and all of that stuff, right? Read on.
Khan.
Mm-hmm.
And he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and
Mm-hmm.
buy one.
Right. So what is Christ commanding them to do?
Salaki, sir. He's
Okay.
preparing them for war. He's preparing them to get yourself guarded. Get yourself some weapons.
Right.
Don't be running around here without no weapon.
Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, he's preparing them for something. Right? Right now, he's with them. But there will be a time where he will not be with them anymore. You know what I'm saying? This is the time where he's about to get crucified. And before he gets crucified, he's letting them know, guess what? You're going to have to arm yourself. You're going to have to protect yourself, man. You know why? Because it is a God-given right that every man has the ability to protect himself, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with defending yourself. And most importantly, there's nothing wrong with defending your nation, man. If somebody's out there to harm you, if somebody's out there to kill you, there's nothing wrong with owning some type of weapon in self-defense. But make sure you own it, of course, legally, and you use it properly and master in it. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing wrong with it, right? And they love to blame that, you know, that because these cats is running around with these weapons and all of that is the reason why, we have a high crime rate and a murder rate, right? We do have a great influx of weapons, you know what I'm saying? But it's not the bullets that killing these cats. It's the man that's pulling that fire off. You know what I'm saying? The mentality that he has and wanting to pull that firearm on his brother, he has the mentality of our oppressor. He has the mentality of what the Christian church had fed him all his life, man. So he has no regards in pulling that trigger. He can care less about who he pulled that trigger on. You know why? Because your oppressor can care less about who he pulls his trigger on when it comes to a black man, Hispanic man, or a Native Indian man. He'll shoot a man, a child, a woman, an old lady. You see it all over the news, man. You know what I'm saying? The problem is what's being taught to these young children. You're not teaching them how to utilize that aggression. You're not teaching them how to become warriors with discipline. You're not teaching them how to serve the Most High. That's is what you're not teaching them. It's very important you teach these young brothers, these young sisters, serving the Most High. You don't have to give up who you are as a nigga, man. You don't have to wear a three-piece suit and wear a bow tie just to serve God. You don't have to listen to what gospel music and, be a whole punk out here, man. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Serving the Most High requires you to be masculine. It requires you to be willing to stand up and die for your nation or kill for your nation, man. And you're going to need that aggression in this war that we in. So he's telling the disciples, guess what? Defend yourself because it's about to go down. Get the money that you got in your bag. If you ain't got no money in your bag, sell the garment that you have, use that money, and buy you a sword. Right? Let's read on.
Khan, sir. Verse 37. For I say unto you that this that is written must yet be accomplished in me. And he was reckoned among the transgressors, for the things concerning me have an end.
Right. You can drop that right there. Let me get Matthew 26. Yeah, 26 and 53. Right. We're reading about the spirit of Jesus Christ, which is far from what they teach you in the Christian church. The reason why Christ is talking like this and telling his disciples to do this, and the reason why he had an austere spirit, because he was a man of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Christ had the spirit of the Most High, which is the spirit of a warrior. You know what I'm saying? And that is very much needed amongst Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Right? We've been taught for far too long from the Christian church, you know what I'm saying, through the philosophy of Martin Luther King and through the philosophy of our oppressors on how to be weak and how not to value the masculinity that's in these brothers, how not to value a sister being feminine. All these things are being misconstrued and being confused because we're teaching how not to value ourselves and not to value what the Most High gave us. But it's important that we hold on to our spirit and put back your masculinity and put back your strength and showing brotherhood and showing sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, it's going to take courage to be a brother, to be a sister. That is more gangster than pulling a trigger, man. You know what I'm saying? Having that discipline, you know what I'm saying, for a Black man or Hispanic man or Native Indian man takes far more courage. Because guess what? A little kid can pick up a firearm and pull on that trigger. It takes nothing for a 3-year-old to pick up a gun and mistakenly pull on that trigger. It's nothing. It's simple. It's that simple. Just shoot a firearm. But you know what's much more harder to do? Is to go to him and him alone. Go to her or her alone. You know what I'm saying? A true warrior understands that we need soldiers in this warfare. And you can't be killing off your own soldiers. So in being strategic in this warfare, you got to gain enough, as much soldiers as we can get. You know what I'm saying? Let's get, you got that for me, Rory?
Con out of one con, sir.
All right, you go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 53. Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father?
Read me up some,
51, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Or,
Yes, yeah, 51. Start me at 51. That's the wild.
con out of one con. The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 51.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear. Then said Yahushua unto him, Put up again thy sword into its place.
Mm-hmm.
For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Right. So this brother that was with Christ ended up pulling out his sword without giving the command, without giving the order, just moved off the bare emotion and just swiped off the ear of this servant, of this Roman soldier. You know what I'm saying? And Christ told him, listen, put that away. You know what I'm saying? Because those that live by the sword shall be perished by. What does that mean? We heard that's something similar to today. I see you, Austin Mashamar. I'm going to go ahead and grab that right after, boy.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
You live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Right. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean in particular? Does that mean you should not have a firearm? You should not own a firearm? If you're licensed to do so, you know what I'm saying, or you're legal to do so? What does that mean?
La sir, Salakia.
Right.
That means
we just read earlier what he told him to get the swords.
Right.
All right, so go ahead.
Right.
Right. No, you was right. Go ahead.
Continue on, sir. No, it's kind of one sir. Salakia, sir. Just like what you're saying, sir. It's so heavy. It's like you got to have discipline with these weapons. You got to be a soldier and be trained, know when to draw your weapon and when not to draw your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go around and just shooting people, for no reason without no discipline, somebody gonna shoot you.
Right. Nah, that's true.
Somebody's gonna bring the same harm to you that you bringing to other people.
That is true. That is true. You know what I'm saying? That is very, very true. But what does it mean as far as live by the sword?
Live by Salaki sir, does that mean like living by violence or living by like living by death? Like your means your whole life all you did was cause violence and death
Right.
or
Which
killing,
is
or you like being a murderer. Salaki sir, just being a murderer.
right. Because thinking about it like this, right? I'm gonna put it in this way, right? Like, how did your oppressor get this land? How was he able to get this land? How was he able to conquer the whole planet Earth?
Salaki sir, by the
Mm.
sword. That was his
By,
blessing.
right, by the sword. You know what I'm saying? Your means of living is by this weapon, right? Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You depend on this weapon to get anything on this earth. If you want to drink of water, guess what? You're gonna live by that weapon. So you're gonna use that weapon to get that drink of water. You know what I'm saying? You need some clothes, you need some food, you need anything you need. You know what I'm saying? You rely on that weapon rather than relying on the Most High.
Salaki sir.
Go ahead.
I was finna say, so is that could you pertain that with um a robber? Like a robber, like nowadays they gotta have a gun because that the gun is what put the fear in the person that they robbing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Even though robbery is his occupation, the gun is his weapon. So like what you saying is like it became clear to me. What you saying is like, okay, in the midst of you robbing somebody, somebody can shoot you with the same instrument that you using to strike fear in the person.
Right. Huh. Yeah, that is true. You know what I'm saying? Like in that same instance, and even in that same scenario you just gave, you know what I'm saying? If somebody is armed that you put a firearm out on, you know what I'm saying? He can draw quicker than you, or he can, get a come up and pull out that another firearm against you and shoot you dead, right? Because you was trying to live by that gun, and you end up dying by that same type of weapon. Meaning, the your standard of living is not depend on you owning or shooting that firearm. You know what I'm saying? Using it on your brothers and sisters, using it in a robbery, using it just to get something to eat, using it just to get money. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to get by. That firearm is not something that you should not use that for. It should be used in self-defense, right?
Kind of know that.
In defending yourself. You know what I'm saying? It is not your tool to gain and use it for control on this earth, man. It's a weapon of self-defense. And if you're in the midst of something where you got to defend yourself by all means, man. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? If you're relying on that same weapon to make a living on this earth, that will be your own demise on this earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture says, you reap what you sow. So what you need is discipline as a black man or Hispanic man or a Native Indian man, the same way Peter got in this scripture that we read. Christ is letting them know, listen, I didn't give you the order to do that. The order was for Christ to do what? What was the order for Christ?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Was it to die for the people?
Right, to die for his nation, man. That was the order that he got from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because he understood the only way his people can get liberated was through what?
Through his death, sir. Salakia.
Right, serving the Most High. Right, from us getting a second chance through his death, and from that we can get an opportunity back in serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you're relying on your weapon to go against your oppressor, you think you're gonna outshoot him? You think you got more firepower than him? You know what I'm saying? Your reliance should not be in that same gun that your oppressor builds and manufactures in his facilities, man. You know what I'm saying? Your power comes from the most high power. This is what a warrior got to understand. In this warfare that we in, and us understanding and serving the most high and getting back our spirit, we have to understand that the warriors that the Lord called us to be is not something that we got to use senselessly. You know what I'm saying? We got to use, when we feeling emotional or every little thing that gets us angry. You know what I'm saying? You can understand discipline goes along with warfare. Strategy goes along with warfare. You know what I'm saying? Nourishment go along with warfare as well. Supplies, all of that is attributes of a war. You know what I'm saying? You need all those components in order to succeed in a war. You know what I'm saying? And it's useless if you're using a weapon to shoot down the soldiers that we need to build up this army. You know what I'm saying? Well, Christ is teaching discipline at this point. Not every point requires you to draw your weapon. Know when to shoot, when not to shoot. Know when to fall back, when not, to fall back. Don't be emotional in any conflict or any matter at that. You know what I'm saying? You want to maintain that aggression and maintain that anger, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to be emotional, right? Drop that real quick. Let me get 2 Timothy's. Marshall Mark off for 2 Timothy's. All right. 2 Timothy's 2 and 3. Drop that real quick.
Concert.
You got that?
Concert.
All right, you go ahead.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 3. Thou, therefore, endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah.
As a what?
As a good soldier of Yahweh Shah.
Right, a soldier, man. You know what I'm saying? Good precept, Marshall Mark. You know what I'm saying? That's as a soldier. This is what it takes in serving the Most High. Right? Christ is building up his army right now. You know what I'm saying? He's building up his nation. And every nation needs an army. What nation that's not governed by a military? That's not governed by an army? If that was the case, there would be no use of borders. That means I can go on your land, take what I want, do what I want without any consequence. So common sense will tell you, you know what? Let me create a border and let me create a military that can protect the borders. Well, guess what? We are a nation, Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You know what I'm saying? Even though we're not in our homeland, we're still a nation. And we going to need an army to protect our women and our children, to protect our loved ones in this warfare that's dying out here in America by our oppressors or all across this world, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be needed for you to be a good soldier, meaning you have to be disciplined and following orders. Do as you told. Making sure you're not emotional. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you're not doing things senselessly out of impulse or out of anger. You always have to be on your toes and be level-headed. All right? And this is what Christ was all about. Christ was about making sure that the men that he rode with was not no chumps. And think about it. Think how skilled Peter had to be in order to cut off that ear. You think they were just hanging up swords and looking at them all day? Tell me not, Truth. Now, tell me, you think about it. How skilled somebody has to be in order to chop somebody's ear off. That takes precision.
Come. Yeah, it does. It does. You have to be well known with that. With that sword that hit just the ear, because you could have took off half of his skull or his shoulder.
Right. God, it takes training and mastery. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to own a weapon, make sure you train yourself in it. Don't be like a little child and just, not knowing how to control your firearm, controlling your weapon. You You know what I'm saying? These cats out here that shooting little children and shooting kids in the playground and on the stoop and on the patio, they don't know how to use their weapon, man. They just young kids playing like it's a toy, man. When lives are being lost because they're not being taught properly in the Christian church. They're not being taught properly how to be a man. But yet they're being taught how to be a woman and how to be sweet and effeminate, man. They're being taught how to be passive and not men of war. They're not being taught how to be like Christ, which was an austere man. They're not being taught in serving the Most High and being a man of war. You know what I'm saying? This is what's very important. What's going on, Isupk?
And shalom, Lord Christ. Shalom,
Shalom.
Yahweh Thumb.
Shalom. Duh.
Hey, shalom.
All right. I see your question. I got you, Ori. You know what I'm saying? Chi Pierre. I think I'm saying it right. All right. So your question is, what are some scriptures to help a person stop from going back into the world? Right? That's a good question. What scriptures could we use in helping somebody not going back into the world? What scriptures could we use?
Salaki, sir. Those that endure to the end.
That can be a good one.
So, like, sir, for what? For the scripture for what now, sir?
For not going back into the world.
Be not of the world. John 15, 17 and 9.
17 and 9.
Love not the world. Love not the world.
All right, that could be a good one. But let's deal with it with a little bit on topic. What must somebody do in order to prevent themselves from not going back into the world?
Salaki, sir, I got one. Zephaniah 2 and 1.
That's a good one.
Gather yourself together.
Right. God, that's a good one. We're gonna grab all them precepts that y'all brought out, right? But there's one in particular that can pinpoint on what we talking about.
About not going back into the world.
Mm-hmm.
Is it one-eyed milk scripture, sir?
Is milk, whatever you got. What do you think about? What you got?
Trying to think.
Right. The topic of today is the Lord is a man of war. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you're gonna have to go to war and serving the Most High. And not only going to war as in a physical war, you know what I'm saying, or striking somebody. The war that we going through right now is a spiritual warfare. Right? Not only that you have people that's, your family members that's against you, your people that's against you. You know what I'm saying? Your wife, your mother, your sister, your brother, your friends. But you also you also gonna have to go to war. Most High Christ, you also gonna have to go to war with yourself too. That's what it takes in serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You have to put on that spirit of a soldier, spirit of a warrior. And guess what? One of your greatest enemies that you have and on this earth, you know what I'm saying? Why you living on this earth is yourself, man. That person that you look at in the mirror. That's the person that you're going to have to be with day to day and battle day to day. Meaning that old man that try to resurrect themselves, wanting you to be back in the world, want you to, get back to the pleasures that you used to be in, things that you found fun in the world that was against the Most High. That is always going to creep up in the back of your mind. It's going to creep up in your flesh. You know what I'm saying? But you become brand new and becoming spiritual, you have to go to war against that. You have to fight against those thoughts and fight against those desires. So like, go ahead, soldier.
So I got one. My bad.
Nah, no sweat.
I got a precept, sir, for the brother for answer for the brother.
All right, you got that. What was that word?
The book of Luke,
Salaki,
chapter
Salaki.
14, verse 26.
14 and 26. Let's grab that.
Khan. I got it.
All right, I got you, Trooper Canuck. Give 1 second. Let's get this
No,
scripture
I
up.
was saying you sound kind of choppy.
Sound choppy?
It's on your
Yeah,
end,
both
Canuck.
of y'all. Salaki.
It's on your end because he sound clear. And you do too.
All right. I sound clear, though, right?
Khan out on Khan.
All right. All right. Yeah, it's probably on your end, but you can go ahead and grab that.
Khan, sir.
All right.
The book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Now, what does this mean? What is this talking about? What does that mean?
Salaki, Adawan.
Go ahead.
Mashiach is saying, forsake all others for me. So forsake all others to follow the will of the Most High, basically.
Why is
Keep
he
the
saying?
commandment.
Right. Why is he saying your mother, your father, your wife, your brethren, sisters? Why is it mentioned them in particular?
Salaki, if I may.
Now, go ahead.
Because Christ know that everybody is not for the truth. Everybody is not going to be for the truth. And the scriptures say that your enemies will be those of your own household.
God.
So they're going to come against it. They're going to come against the truth, and they're going to be the ones that most likely want you to celebrate Christmas, want you to celebrate their birthdays, want you to come over and celebrate the holidays and do things, eat pork and shrimp, crab, and lobster, to do those things that which are not of the Lord. So those are going to be the ones that you're gonna have to hate, meaning stay away from or to detach yourself from, in order to follow the will of the Lord.
Right. Because those same people that you were once around, that you once loved and all that stuff, the only reason that they embraced you at one point and loved you and loved having your company around them, because you was once somebody that spoke like them, that acted like them, talked like them, you know what I'm saying, and think like them. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you thought the same things of the world, the same way they thought of the things of the world. You know what I'm saying? The things of this world, like eating pork, eating crab, shrimp, lobster, celebrating these holidays. You know what I'm saying? Being comfortable with this captivity that we in. You know what I'm saying? But a soldier, you got to understand that warfare comes from all sides. Even the people that you once were around. At one point, you're going to have to learn that you're going to have to separate from those people that continue to do the things that's of this world, right? By you being around them can cause you to bring back that feeling again. That feeling of, I remember when we used to open Christmas presents together. I remember when you used to be there on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? I remember we used to have fun on Thanksgiving night. You know what I'm saying? And you becoming brand new and putting on that brand new spirit, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to start to realize that these people are still in the world. They're still doing the things that's against the Most High. So in order to make sure that I don't go back, I got to make sure I separate myself, right?
That's
and
right.
you doing that will seem like to them that you hate them. You know what I'm saying? By you not coming to Christmas and not coming to the Thanksgiving dinner and not being around for every little thing that's being done in this world, you know what I'm saying, will make it seem like it's hate. You know what I'm saying? Well, the hate that's talking about in here, in this verse right here, is not necessarily that you go up to them and punch them in the face and, you know, do anything evil against them. The hate is in relative to serving the Most High. You have to hate the things that's against the Most High. And loving the Most High, you have to hate the things that goes everything against the Most High, like the things of this world. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you have to hate those things because that's what's destroying all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what's destroying us. Go ahead, Soldier.
Precept, if I may.
Okay. Just hold that precept real quick. I'm gonna finish it up. 26.
Khan.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to hate those things that's destroying you. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Anybody that's out there that's hooked on any type of hard drug out there, you know what I'm saying? Until he realized that this drug is the thing that's causing me to be destroyed, that's causing me to be homeless out in the street. You know what I'm saying? He has to grow a hatred for that thing that's causing him all this harm and destruction. You know what I'm saying? So that person got to be willing to throw it away. Well, guess what? It's not only drugs that's harming us and destroying us. It's also philosophy. The thing that's in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Eating pork, crab, and shrimp and lobster. Celebrating Christmas and holiday. Doing anything against the Most High that you think is good and makes you feel good is actually destroying you. So you got to turn around and hate that thing that's destroying you and cleave and love the Most High, including yourself, including who you once were, who you used to be, the brother that you used to be, or the sister that you used to be. The things that was appeased and found pleasure in the things of the world. That person got to go. That person got to die. So guess what? You're going to have to fight that flesh. You have to fight those desires like a soldier does. Meaning when that thought comes in your head to do something that's in the world, well, guess what? That thought is coming to you and you alone. And it's coming from you. And you got to hate and reject that thought in order to fight against it. That feeling you get from being relaxed, from smoking weed or doing whatever people is doing out there in the world, you know what I'm saying? Because listen, we all had those demons. We all had those things that we wouldn't let go that we was doing in the world. You know what I'm saying? That we knew that was against the Most High, but we want to hold on to it because it probably made you feel good, made you relax. You know what I'm saying? Probably, made you feel happy and all these things. Well, guess what? Your own self-pleasure is not important than serving the Most High. Pleasing yourself and making yourself happy all the time is not more important than serving the Most High. If this is pleasurable to do and it's against the Most High, I'm not going to do it. And you should not be willing to do it. You should fight yourself as hard as you can to not to do it in order to please the Most High. Like, what was that? What's that movie? What's that movie? Was it not Color? New Jack City. Remember when Pookie was trying to fight himself or get himself clean? Y'all remember that movie? And, he was about to relapse. You know what I'm saying? And he was fighting himself, sweating, shaking on the bed. You know what I'm saying? He throwing the pipe in the fish tank out, if I'm not for certain, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he went out in full out extent. Like, I use that as an example to show that you can fight your lust, but you have to be willing to go out in a full out extent in order to fight. I mean, if you start to shake and sweat and fighting that desire, well, guess what? You have to sit there and sweat and shake and do whatever you have to do in order to fight that flesh, man. You have to use all your strength to fight that desire, man. But it takes you fighting. It takes you being a soldier and realizing what you're going through is temptation. You know what I'm saying? Because life is all about war. Go ahead and grab that for me. You said you got a precept also
Khan, I went to another precept what you just said, sir, if I could. First,
ahead,
I got another one too though.
All right, no sweat. Get that word.
Khan, what he was just saying, and still on topic with the brother's question, 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For
Mm-hmm.
all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the
Mm-hmm.
world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the power abideth forever.
Damn right, man. That's a good precept. What is that talking about? Go ahead, break it down to us. Go on.
Thought out of one kind. Scripture tell you, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Just like we were just talking about your mother, your father, sister, brother, your family members, those that you love, your loved ones, they're going to be the ones that try to deter you from doing what thus saith the Lord, doing the
Mm-hmm.
will of God. So therefore, you have to love not those things. You got to keep your mind focus on doing the will of the Lord. It say, if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Yeah, because if you love the world, if you love the things that pleasure you, if you love the things that are lustful and pleasurable to you, then you're not gonna love or have a care for what the Most High want, because you're gonna do what you want to do. And the Scripture tell us that if you love the world, the things of the world, that's your lustful things, then you're not going to love the Father. The love of the Father is not in you, because you're not going to obey him. You're going to do what you lust after.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for all of this, Salakia, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passes away, and the lust thereof. Meaning that all that Christ is coming to do away with all that. When Christ returns, all of that is going to pass away. Not meaning that the entire earth is going to be wiped off. It's meaning that the time for your lust and your pleasures, that's going to end, because everyone on earth is going to come under subjection to the will of the Father under Christ Hamashiach, our King.
Damn
That's what
right.
that's talking about.
Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what you have to fight against. Because guess what? There is no such thing as instant gratification. Your pastor done built you up with some fantasy in your mind that if you say Jesus loud enough, all your temptations will go away. If you say the blood of Jesus 20 times, guess
Mm.
what? Your desires won't be there no more to ever bother you again. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you that is not reality.
Right.
The reality in serving the Most High is you have to be willing to go to war. You got to be willing to battle against your desires. You know what I'm saying? And that battle consists of you keeping the commandments of the Most High, you fearing the Most High, doing what He tells you to do, you calling for counsel. You know what I'm saying? You making sure that you're busy in serving the Most High by coming to class, studying, reading your scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Getting around the brothers that's actually upholding the truth. Help around the school, help around with signs, whatever needs help with. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you're busy and preoccupied in serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to gear yourself up for. And by doing that will help you overcome your desires and overcome your demons, man. Or
That's right.
overcome you coming back into the world, man. It's going to take action. That wishful thinking that your pastor been telling you and trying to dip you in water and trying to give you holy water and trying to give you the oil of God and trying to give you crackers and wine and saying you're covered by the blood. All of that is spookism and is not reality, man. The only way Christ was able to go through what he went through is by standing with the Most High. Because guess what? He was tempted to go into the world just like we are tempted.
Right.
We are tempted day by day, you know what I'm saying, and disobeying the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Christ is a man just like you, and he was tempted day by day and going against the Most High.
Right.
But in his temptation, he stood with him and fought against those desires and leaned upon the scriptures of the Most High, the words of the Most High, and leaned upon his brothers, man. And guess what? He was able to overcome this filthy place. You know what I'm saying? He was able to overcome this world, and you'll be able to overcome it too, right? Another precept. Let me get Hebrews 10 real quick.
Con, I got it, sir.
Okay, yeah, because I pulled that one. The water, sir.
Con.
All right, you go ahead.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, then there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
What is this talking about? What does this mean?
Salaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying that after you understand that you have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you've been told that, and you have been given that knowledge, and you go back into the world. There's no more forgiveness of your sins. Christ didn't die. Christ is not going to continuously die over and over and over for you to continuously sin like the Christian church teach you. Christ died for you to get your life right and to live and follow the law, statutes, and commandments as the Most High commanded.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does it mean when it says willfully?
Knowingly, sir. Salakia.
Like, you know that the Lord is against this. You know what I'm saying? And you know, right? You know this is not right according to God. Lord, the Most High do not want you to do this, right? And you learn about it. You know what pleases him and what makes him angry. You know what I'm saying? What causes the Lord to reward you or what causes the Lord to curse you, right? You start to learn these things and you start to abide by it, right? And doing so, you start to feel tempted to go back to doing the things that you was changed from. You know what I'm saying? That you stopped doing. And if you know that they're wrong to do, and you willfully, meaning you do it knowing that is wrong, you know what I'm saying? And do it regardless, anyways, you still do it because maybe you want to do it and it makes you feel good, or you want to try it one last time before you get all the way right. If you do that, well, guess what? After receiving the truth, after receiving that you have to keep the commandments no matter what, there is no more sacrifice for your sins. What does that mean? Sacrifice for your sins.
Is that what does that? Salaki, sir, you said, what does that mean?
Right. There remaineth no more sacrifice for your sins. Because what is that
No,
talking about?
Salaki, sir, it means that there's no bull, there's no goat, there's no lamb that you could cut their throat and sacrifice on an altar anymore, because Christ was that. He was the ultimate sacrifice. He was the last sacrifice that ever needed to be done for the nation of Israel for our sins. So therefore, you have no more sacrifice. Christ
Right.
is not going to die again for that.
Right. What is the sacrifice that the Lord requires for you to have?
Salaki, man, I pull the precept.
Let's quote it for time's sake. My fault. Go ahead.
No sweat,
Okay,
sir. Psalms 50 is it says that a contrite and a broken heart and a contrite spirit is the sacrifice that the Lord wants.
I mean, right. Yourself. You are that sacrifice now. You know what I'm saying? Christ was the ultimate sacrifice. There's nothing that can be put in place in replacement of what Christ did. Instead of you being put to death for the sins that you did, guess what? Christ, he sacrificed himself and died, so that way you could change your life. Right. So that way you could correct your behavior. Instead of you dying, Christ stood in your place, man. Mm-hmm. And that was the sacrifice that was given for yourself, for you, for your life. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? No more worrying about the things that only please you. Now your life is dedicated to Yahweh. You owe him a debt for what he was willing to do for you, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, man. Christ stood up for you when you was about to get killed.
Damn right.
He vouched for you when there was mud in your name. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Now you owe that man. You owe that man your life.
That's right.
You owe that man your own self-pleasures, man. Your own desires. You owe that man by not going back into the world, man. Because guess what? If you do so, there remains no more sacrifice for your sins. Now, guess what? Christ is not the one that's being sacrificed. He paid. He died and he rose up. You know what I'm saying? The Most High gave him life again. Well, guess what? He's not going to go back and get killed again.
Right.
He's not going to keep on going back and getting killed again. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? If you keep on doing the things that's against the Most High willfully, and do it knowing that you're not supposed to be doing it, guess what? Now you're going to be punished for it.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord is going to require judgment at your hands now, man. Because the slate was clean with your house shot. When you come into the truth, the slate is clean, man. You are brand new. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will give you that mercy and he'll give you that forgiveness. But if you don't adhere to it, guess what? There is a judgment behind it. Right? Let's continue on, Isupk 1.
Colonel Khan, verse 27. But a certain fearful looking for the judgment and fiery indignation which shall devour the adversary.
Right. What is that talking about? What does that mean? But a certain fearful looking. Like, how would you describe that, right? Like, you ever seen somebody who's on the run? Or somebody who know they got a price on their head?
Colonel Khan.
Right? Well, how would they react to that? What is their their behavior a little bit? Well, what is that called?
Always cautious or always paranoid.
There you go. You're paranoid. You know what I'm saying? You watching behind your shoulders, wondering if somebody gonna come and get me. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's how you're gonna be in breaking the commandments of the Most High. You better be looking over your shoulders, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High is not gonna give you a sacrifice. He's not gonna give you a hug. He's not gonna pat you in the back and say it's okay. Guess what? You're gonna get a judgment behind what you did, man. And you better be fearful, because that's the God that you serve, man. God is not all love. The scripture says the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Most High, man. Be afraid of the power that you serve, and you'll gain enough wisdom for you to never break his commandments.
That's right.
You'll gain enough strength for you to never go back in the world as long as you fear and stand with the Most High, man. All right. You had any other precepts, or we can continue?
Colonel Khan, I got one more if I may.
Yeah, get down, soldier.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Damn right, man. This is what it's all about, man. Lord is about no games. This is what the whole topic is about of class today. That the Lord is a man of war, man.
Damn right.
They've been taught you that the Lord is passive and he just lets you do what you want to do. The Lord do not play that mess, man. You know what I'm saying? He wants his children to obey him. And if you have to go to war and obeying the Most High, so be it, man. Because that's the only way you're going to get right, man. By going to war. Let me get that Zephaniah 2:1 you called. That was a good one as well. I wanted to just grab that as the last one, right? So we brought out a couple scriptures that you can use. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you not going back to those, your family members that's against you being in the truth. I'm saying even your own self, your own pleasures and your own desires by going to war with your own self, man. Or else there will be a fearful looking of your judgment, right? You know what I'm saying? This is where you find life at in serving the Most High. You got that Zephaniah 2:1?
Kind. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Yea, gather yourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
All blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to gather together. And guess what? That is the only way you're going to be able to defeat your demons, man. With this brotherhood, and with this sisterhood, and us coming as a nation, man, your problems is not your problems anymore. The problems that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, the things that you think about, that you go through, you know what I'm saying, is not your problem anymore, man. Now you have a nation to rest that upon. You know what I'm saying? You have a brother that can help you through that. You know what I'm saying? You have a nation that can help you through that, man. If you ever feel weak in any situation, what is the best thing that you could do? And I want Shay Pierre to answer this, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Isupk Kawan know, and Trooper Kanak, you know what I'm saying, a couple of brothers on the chat. Please don't put it in the chat. Shay Pierre, if you hear me, You know what I'm saying? Based off the scripture what we just read, if you ever feel, you know, that you're in the battle and you're losing the battle a little bit, you know what I'm saying? What should you do to regain that strength or to regain any defense in this battle? You know what I'm saying? Because this is what the scripture is about. We're going to need to utilize all our weaponry. And the greatest weapon that we have is brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to rely on your brothers, rely on your nation, rely on these scriptures and doing what's right and serving the Most High. And you're going to have to be a soldier, right? The Shah said brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Right, brotherhood. What in specific should you do? In specific. And let Shay Pierre answer this a lot here. The Shah, I know you know. You know what I'm saying? Officer the Shah, I know you know. You know what I'm saying? But what in specific should you do? Let's say you don't know what to do in a particular situation. You're jammed up. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling a little vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? The one thing in particular that you could do, you know what I'm saying, which has to deal with brotherhood. All right? You know, so let's continue on with the scriptures. Read that Zephaniah 2:1 one more time.
God, sir. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right. Who is that nation that is not desired? Help them out, Oscar. Who's that nation?
The nation of Israel, sir.
The nation of Israel, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we're not desired on this earth. Look at us. Look how we living on this earth. You think we're desired by these other nations? You think we're desired by these heathens? We're the most undesirable people on this earth, man. They continue to oppress us and they continue to afflict us, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to destroy us, man. They want us to cease from being a nation. All right? Shay P, if you can answer my question, what in particular should you do if you ever feeling vulnerable in this warfare? If you ever feeling weak, you know what I'm saying, or feeling tempted in this warfare, what in particular should you do? That has to do with brotherhood, Shay Pierre. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it for time's sake, man. We ain't got much time. Right? Pick up that phone, man. Pick up that phone and dial out to a brother, to an officer in your city. Call Captain Ward, man. Seek counsel. What the sister said. Seek counsel. Damn right, man. You know what I'm saying? Gathering together deals with us dealing with each other. Guess what? We have the best counselors in the ISUPK. We have the best system set up for brothers and sisters to get the strength that was taken from them in this oppression, man. Your courage, your integrity, your honor was all stripped from you by being a Christian in this goddamn place, man. Well, the only way you gonna get it back is by you gathering together. So whenever you feel like you getting back to that person who you once was, pick up that phone. Rely on your brothers. This is the greatest weapon our king gave us to fight against this oppression. Brotherhood is a weapon. Sisterhood is a weapon. You want to make sure that you're paying attention in this class. Make sure you pay attention to every class. You know what I'm saying? Always pick up that phone and get counsel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you need to know when to get up in the morning, call somebody for counsel for that. What toothpaste to use in the morning? Call somebody for counsel for that. I don't care what it is. Every aspect of your life, man. If you don't know, if you haven't gotten to figure it out yet, call for counsel and somebody will figure it out for you. And with time, you'll get strong again. You'll get better. You know what I'm saying? You'll put on that spirit that the Most High call us to be, which is warriors, man.
I'm right.
The Most High called us to be warriors, right? So, did you have any other scriptures?
I got one for the man of war.
Yeah. Let's jump back on Man of War. And I hope I answered your question, brother. If not, you can continue to type in. So yeah, let's jump back into that. Go ahead and get the scripture you was gonna grab.
Khan, sir, is the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Thine almighty word leap down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of the land of destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Just basically saying that the Most High, being that he is a man of war, his word is a man of war too. So Christ didn't come here as a docile or weak man. He was a man of war as well. He came down here into this land of destruction to free his people from our oppression and our captivity.
Damn right. You know what I'm saying? This is what he's gonna do in freeing us, right? That's a good segue to the next scripture as well, man. That's a good precept. Get Revelations, was it 19? You know what I want. You know what I want. Revelations 19. And we'll also grab the Isaiah one as well after that, right? You know what I'm saying?
Khan, sir.
Kind. You right, Shay Pierre. Calling a brother. You know what I'm saying? Everything you said, seeking counsel. Israel. Read the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? Gathering together. Everything you just said. Out of everything you said, the most important one, man, make sure you seek counsel, pick up that phone, and get your strength back. Get back what the world took from you, man. You know what I'm saying? This world has taken a lot from Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, including our spirit. That thing belongs to you, man. These white boys running around with yarmulkes on their head and curly curls on the side of their face, trying to act like they great and pride themselves like they something on this earth, man. Get back what belongs to you as a black man, man.
That's right.
And you need your strength to do that. You don't need courage to do that. You're going to have to be a soldier in order to do so, man. Get back what they took from you, man. Go ahead, Oscar.
Revelation 19, verse 11, sir. Start at 11.
Con, that's the wild.
Khan. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in his righteousness
Let's
he
pause.
do.
Let's pause there real quick. Right?
Sir.
Who is this talking about?
You want me to answer, sir, or somebody else?
Yeah. I'm sure you know, but yeah, you go ahead and answer. There's no sweat.
Khan, sir. Yahushua.
Right. It's talking about Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Why is it saying faithful and true?
So, like it, sir, because he did what he was commanded to do.
Mm-hmm. Damn right. He held on to his faith even until his death. You know what I'm saying? And his truth, he did not speak no guile, no lies. He spoke honestly about serving the Most High.
Right.
He spoke the truth in serving the Most High, man. So guess what? His reputation precedes him. He is known as that brother that is faithful and true. You know what I'm saying? And when Christ returns, guess what he's going to do?
Khan, sir. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
He does what?
Judge and make war.
Christ is coming back to do what?
Judge and make war.
That's the king that you serve. That's the Christ of this Bible, not what's in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? The reason why we're so weak in serving the Most High, because they made us that way, man. They made you believe in some fantasy that you have to die to reach some type of heaven and live good and pleasurable on this earth. That you got to die in order to get any salvation. That you got to die in order to get rid of all the illnesses and ailments of your body. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Your salvation is found in these scriptures, man. And when Christ returns, he's going to give you salvation. That's why it says in righteousness, because it is right for him to judge and make war. You know why? Because your oppressor is oppressing you. You know what I'm saying? The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Yeah, so he is going to go to war with your oppressor, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what Christ was all about. So all that non-violent bullcrap that you've been taught is not true. You know what I'm saying? Christ is about that action. But Christ was not without discipline.
I'm right.
When he returns, he's going to return based off of the order of the Most High. When the Most High tell him it's time to come back, guess what? He'll come back. And he knows who to target. He knows who his enemy is. And those who think they big and bad now got bodies under their belt, you're not as bad as Yahushua, man. Ain't no way you can do more killing than Yahushua when you return.
I'm right.
So you might as well put your guns up. Put all that stuff up and killing each other, you know what I'm saying, and use it in protecting your nation. Use it in defending your nation, man. Because when Christ return, man, those guns ain't going to save you. That armor, all of that is not going to save you, man. Serving the Most High is the only way you're going to find salvation. Right? Let's continue on, Warrior.
Final kind, sir. Verse 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
So let's start from the top on 12, right? It says his eyes was as a flame of fire, meaning what? We know what that means. What that mean?
Christ was angry, sir.
Right. He was angry. You know what I'm saying? He had a fierce look, ready for war. You know what I'm saying? And Christ also drank wine. You know what I'm saying? Like any Judite that drinks wine or get drunk, their eyes, the whites of their eyes will get red. You know what I'm saying? And Christ, while he was on this earth, his eyes did get red. Well, I mean, he did drink wine, and while he was drinking wine, his eyes got red. You know what I'm saying? So when he returns, he will have that same fierce look in his eyes, ready for war. You know what I'm saying? And on his head, he had many crowns. What is that talking about?
Yeah, Salakia, man.
Mm-hmm.
He has many responsibilities. Like he's the head of many things, of all things.
That is true. That is true. That's a good way to put it. But let's get the plain.
Oh,
The plain. Go ahead.
Salakia said he'll rule over all. He'll rule over. That's not it.
No, go ahead. I'm letting you
Oh,
finish.
Salakia, sir.
Go.
That he is there to have many crowns, meaning that he's going to take the crowns from the heads of the kings of the earth.
Damn right, man. He is gonna conquer on this earth. And anybody who think they got power, Christ is coming to take it from you, man. Because there's only gonna be one authority on this earth when Christ returns. Ain't gonna be no opposition when Christ returns. You ain't gonna be able to fight against him, man. He gonna have those crowns and conquering these other nations. And like Oscar Juan said, it's gonna be those responsibilities. We're gonna have to make sure that these people serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Read on. Oh, Salakia. And the name written that no man knew but himself. What is that talking about?
Salakia, that one I don't know, so I don't remember that one.
Okay. What would somebody say name, like for us as black people? When people say everybody know a man in the neighborhood, right? When you describe a certain man or a certain, Tyrese or whoever you want to think of, hypothetically I'm saying man, you know what I'm saying? But when you describe him in this particular way, that makes you think of, oh, I know who's that. That's talking about that particular man, which is different because he did something that all the other mans I know did not do. You know what I'm saying? The name that it's talking about is what? Not actual name, but what is that talking about?
His character, sir.
His character, which is what? When people know your character, what is that called?
His
starts with an R.
Oh, his reputation.
His reputation, right? Man reputation is that's the man that shot old Jenkins by the store. You know what I'm saying? And you'll know, like, oh, I know that. Because his reputation precedes him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you know about him. You dig what I'm saying? Well,
Okay.
the Christ, what he did something that was better than anybody else did that's written of in the Bible. So the name that he got, his reputation that he got, you know what I'm saying, is only known by him because he did it in serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He did it by being faithful and true. While everybody fell weak in serving the Most High, while everybody did not, stand and make sure until the end and, fell short of the glory of the Most High, Christ made sure he stayed a servant of the Lord even until his death, man. And guess what? He's a brother that deserves to be a king because his reputation precedes anybody else that's on this earth, right? Let's continue on.
Verse 13. And he was clothed in a vesture dipped in blood.
Ooh, he was what?
Clothed in a vesture dipped in blood.
Read on.
And his name is called the Word of the Most High.
Right. He was clothed in a vesture dipped in blood. What is that talking about?
He was coming back from war. He was
Correct.
bloody from all the slaying he did, all the head chopping he did. Them crowns had to come from somebody's head. So he took them off, and the blood was on his clothes.
Damn right, man. And he's doing this in he's doing this in protection of his nation. All right, he's coming back to redeem his people from oppression, man. And he's gonna need soldiers behind him, man. He don't need brothers that's willing to stand up for their nation as well. And we ain't gonna have enough soldiers if we out there killing each other and shooting each other, man.
Right.
Those brothers out there that's out there in these streets, those are our soldiers, man. Those are the brothers that we need to grab and go get. Yeah, they lost and they out there doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord did not forget about them, man. The Lord did not forget about his people. So the people that he desires are the warriors that's misguided, man. That don't know what this war, that they're in a war against their oppressors and not with each other. Right? I'm going to get two more scriptures and we're going to end with that. Let me get the Isaiah one. I like the Isaiah one as well. My bad. I just got to get that. You know what I'm talking about. I think you brought it out in the class one time, too.
Con, sir. Isaiah 14 and 21.
Nah, the 56, boy.
Hold on.
Was it 56 or 61? One of them joints.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
63. There we go. 63. Isaiah 63.
Con, sir.
All right.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?
Right. So the question is being asked, who is this coming from Edom? Right. Isaiah is asking this question. Who is Edom?
The nation of Esau.
Right. The Esau, which is who?
Mount Seir. Oh, the white man.
Right. That's who Esau is today. You know what I'm saying? And Christ is saying Isaiah is saying, who is this coming from Edom? Meaning coming from out of where the Edomites are. You know what I'm saying? Where our oppressors are. Right? Read on.
With dyed garments from Bozrah.
Mm-hmm.
This that is glorious in his apparel. His apparel.
Glorious in his apparel. You know what I'm saying? Garment clothed down to the foot. Golden belt of Uphaz. Read on.
Khan, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right. Read on.
I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Right. His response is, I that speak in righteousness and mighty to save. That's what Christ responded back to Isaiah. He's talking about himself. I'm the one that came from Edom, right? Even in my glorious apparel, that I have on, it looks like it's dyed. And we're going to see what color that it looks like it's dyed with, right? Read on.
Khan, sir. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat?
Why does it look like that? Why does it look dyed like that?
Because it's bloody.
Bloody. Like we just read in Revelations, man. That is the king that we serve and Jesus Christ of this Bible. He was not a pushover when it came to his nation. And if you want to defend your nation, you have to go to war, not only with the people that you see in front of you, but you have to go to war with yourself. Right? For time's sake, I'm going to just drop it right there, but y'all can read that whole thing. The whole thing is hardcore.
Yeah.
Let me get Ephesians. I'm going to grab Ephesians chapter 6.
Khan.
Start me at verse. What verse 12 say about
12?
Yeah. What you was about to say?
I was going to say 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can start 12.
All right. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Mm-hmm. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right.
Wherefore take unto...
Pause real quick, right? Right. We got to understand we're in war. You know what I'm saying? Christ is calling us to be warriors, to maintain our aggression, maintain our masculinity, but he's trying to tell us how to channel it in a proper use. You know what I'm saying? For it to be something productive towards our nation instead of something that's senseless and being emotional and killing each other. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn how to control your anger, control yourself, and maintain your discipline. You know what I'm saying? But with your aggression, you know what I'm saying, that you still have in your masculinity, you have to channel it in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And it's saying that for we wrestle against flesh and blood, right? What is that talking about?
We're not fighting against man, like against people.
Right. Flesh and
blood. Spiritual battle.
The flesh and blood is talking about what? People, right? You know what I'm saying? The flesh that you have in your body and the blood that flows through your veins. You know what I'm saying? This is not the warfare that we in. This is not a carnal warfare. This is not something that you're going to get out of by picking up a gun, picking up a sword, and shooting down all your oppressors. The battle that we're faced with is a spiritual battle, right? And the spiritual battles consist of what? What does the spiritual battle consist of in this warfare? Help me out. What is it? Trooper Canuck as well? Where you at? Can you help me out?
So like you, sir?
What is the darkness of this world, you know what I'm saying, that we fight against in this warfare?
Oppression.
Oppression. What else? Help me out. What's this spiritual battle?
We fight against oppression, injustice, hatred. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, lust of the eyes and of the flesh. Like all the principalities that make us sin against the Most High, we fight against those every day.
Right. You exactly right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go ahead, Oscar.
Oh, I was just gonna say Christianity.
Thank you. That's the one I was hoping Trooper to say. You know what I'm saying? Christianity, man, because it's the philosophies that we've been taught through oppression, through the injustice, and through everything that we've been through. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're fighting against. We're fighting against what they put in our spirits by making us passive, by making us weak, by making us effeminate and emotional and shooting each other in the streets, man. This is what we fight against. It's a battle that we fight against that's spiritual, not carnal. So the first thing that you have to go against is yourself. Go against that spirit that's telling you to hate another brother, to fight against another brother or sister, to do any manner of evil against a brother or sister, man. Because that's what a true warrior does. Make sure you fight against yourself, you know what I'm saying? So when it's time for you to go to war or to battle against those that oppose the Most High, even battle spiritually, you know what I'm saying, you'll have the Most High behind you. You have the perfect amount of ammo and the weaponry to go against any word that opposes the word of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? This is what we fighting against. Your oppressor has principalities and chief rulers through the television, through the internet, pushing a lifestyle that's against the ways of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue on. Isupk.
Kind of, verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the power, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Right. Take on the
Stand
armor
therefore.
like a soldier, right? Read on.
Verse 14. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having the breastplate of righteousness,
Right.
and your feet.
If I could, Officer Kwan, let's just break this down a little bit, because I'm sure some of us heard this before in the Christian church. Put on the breastplate of the armor of the Lord, and put on the this and think you could fight against Satan. Right? What is this talking about when it says gird up about with truth? Having a breastplate of righteousness. What is truth and what is righteousness? How does somebody become righteous, or how do you know somebody has the truth?
Salaga, sir.
Go ahead.
By seeing him keep the commandments, by his actions.
God, by following the words that's written of in this book. You arm yourself with these scriptures. You arm yourself with the righteousness of the Lord by loving thy brother as thyself. Use that as a weapon and use that as a breastplate in this warfare, right? Read on.
Khan. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Right. What is that talking about?
You should walk in peace. That you shouldn't walk in peace with your brother, with Israel.
Where are some places where you won't find peace at?
In the world.
In the world, in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? Doing anything that's evil or plotting against your brother. Meaning your actions are not, of peace, is of evil. You know what I'm saying? Well, what you want to do in serving the Most High and being a warrior, you want to make sure that your actions are where the Lord peace is at. And the Lord peace is at where those that follow him and keep his commandments, that do the work of the Lord and occupy themselves in serving the Most High. Right? Read on.
Khan. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Right. So as a soldier, man, channel your anger and your aggression into something productive. You know what I'm saying? You are in the midst of a war, and you have a bigger enemy than the gang that's down the street, than the brother that wears the opposite color than you, than the brother that speaks a different language than you. You have a bigger enemy, man. And the only way we can fight against this enemy if we stand with the Most High, if we keep the laws of the Most High, man, and serve our King Yahushua. And guess what? When he returns, guess what he gonna do? He ain't gonna come back for hugs and kisses. He gonna come back to put to death to all our enemies that try to oppress us on this earth. Because Christ was about no games, and the Most High was about no games. So in serving him, guess what? You'll learn how to be a disciplined and a righteous brother, right? Let's drop that for time's sake. So with that, man, we're gonna go ahead and end the class. Anything y'all brothers wanted to bring out? Oscar Kwan, Triple Canuck.
So like I said, just for the brothers and sisters in the class, man, stay steadfast in this truth. Hold it down. Make sure you pay your tithes. Man, we one body, one mind, one spirit. Stay in this truth, man. If you're a young man or a trooper, push yourself to get to another level in serving your people. Because without it, we'll still be stuck in this hell, man.
Damn right, man. Damn right. So, anything you want to add, Triple Canuck?
Sir.
Most High Christ. I just want to remind y'all, man. Duval having class tomorrow at 5 to 7 p.m. It's gonna be at 103rd Street. It's gonna be on I think it's just a library. Officer Kazaka will be teaching that class. If you have his number, give him a call. And also, tomorrow 7, Cap will be on. So make sure y'all get down. The water, everybody came out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you take your notes as well. All right, take notes. Take notes. Take notes. Get a pen and a paper and write down these scriptures. Then we'll say shalom, y'all.